All right, everyone, welcome to another video here with Invest for Tomorrow. And I hope that from this video, you guys all learned something new. And this is a video to confirm to you guys my intentionality when I share ticker symbols towards the end of every video and every single day. Now, every first time viewer coming across the channel, this is also a welcome video to every single viewer and to every subscriber, welcoming you guys back, okay? So I want you guys to be aware that this is a welcome video and also a video so that you guys know my purpose and goal here with the YouTube channel to help every single viewer and investor maximize profits and minimize losses. Now, I'm very intentional on that, but I'm not guaranteeing you guys that you're going to maximize profits or even minimize losses. But I am here to share with you guys opportunities, and I'm not here to tell you guys to buy, sell, or hold any positions on any of the videos or ticker symbols that I talk about. I'm just here to enlighten you guys and share with you guys knowledge and things that I come across, because when we're all caught up in the hype, we forget about that the stock market isn't just 10 ticker symbols. It's not just 20 ticker symbols. It's 7,000 different ticker symbols, and they're all doing something different and growing at different rates. So this is one of them that I talked about in a video. And I've realized that when I do individual videos, they get overlooked. And even when I'm talking about them towards the end of the video, because when you're focused on just looking for the ticker symbol and the chart analysis and the due diligence that you want as an investor, I completely get it. We're tight on time and we want to do as much research as we can for the next trading day. But you guys are sometimes overlooking opportunities. So I really am here to vocalize my intentionality, my purpose, my goal, and why I do this for you guys, okay? I want every single investor to know that I'm passing on an enlightenment to everyone, okay? I want to enlighten everyone on certain ticker symbols that everyone's overlooking, and then I'm seeing potential. And it's usually opportunities. I'm not going to hit home runs every single time, but for the most part, they usually move up because of different reasons. So, American Well is a company that has to do with telehealth. That's revolutionizing. So that's just the summarization of this company. You have to do further due diligence, and I want to kind of make this a quick and short video. I talked about it here. It fell lower. I said we needed to watch for a pullback, and it did, and it ran all the way up to $43. So even if you caught it at the peak of when I talked about it, it still was up $13. If you caught it at the bottom, it was up $18 almost. So very interesting stuff. Now, the other one that I talked about in conjunction with this one in the same video is ALGM. And this is another ticker symbol that when I talked about it was at 24, hit a peak here of $34, fell back down, and now it's running back up to 31. Now, you need to look at what's your position and what's your purpose with any ticker symbol. Is it a short-term goal or a long-term goal? If you're long, I talked here and I reiterated, this could be an opportunity to get out and just go ahead and cut those small losses here of profits and cut out with the small profits that you already got per share. Or you load up on more because you're going to ride this to the next newer levels and resistance levels if you believe in the company. Obviously, you have to do your due diligence, but this is in the automotive industry, working with sensors and autonomous driving. That's a big deal moving forward, right? So another one too that I talked about that has a lot of potential and has been growing is Walgreens, WBA. I'm going to post the full video of my theory and my full thorough analysis on this one down below in the description. If you have the time to watch it, I highly recommend it. A lot of knowledge there, just raw data based off the charts, and it has nothing to do with controversial topics because I talk about different administrations and so forth. But I do go into detail on why each administration has had an impact on Walgreens, because they have an impact on pharmaceutical companies, and pharmaceutical companies work with Walgreens. So what happens to them could happen to Walgreens. So some deep, cool stuff to see there in that video if you have time. So I talked about it here at around $41 to $42. It ran up to 49, pulled back to 46, went up to 55, and it's still sitting at 49. So it's still above that point of when I told everyone to add it to their watch list, and there's so much more room and potential moving forward with all the great expansions that Walgreens is having, especially with them starting like an MD Now type of clinic thing or a quick little urgent care within their facilities. Interesting stuff. You should do more research on that, and you can go ahead and make a rational decision based off of what you find. So another one that I talked about that was overlooked by many, and I did an individual going ahead of video on this one, and I talked about it at a point where it was almost at its bottom, and we talked about the recent bottom in October. I talked about it here the first time. We need to watch it. It ran up, and then I talked about it again as it was going down because I wanted more investors to be aware that this pullback is looking like opportunity, and if it pullbacks even lower, it would be even more of an opportunity, right? Due to analysis ratings and the potential of this stock and company overall. Now, this is more of a natural growth than anything else because previously in the year, this ran up and down because of the remdesivir and so forth, and we talked about how low it was here as well at the beginning of last year. And it was falling to new lows, and this was a point of bouncing back, and also a lot of shorts probably having to buy back their shares because the expiration was coming. But it had nothing to do with that. It was all about the potential of the company, analysis ratings, and also the way the stock was moving. Now, it ran all the way up to $68, and it's now back at 67 after it kind of hung out here at 65. So if you caught it here, it's still like almost a $9 to $7 gain. And if you caught it at the bottom, that's a total right there of $11 to $12 gain. Now, if you see my line here, I drew this line. This line right here, I drew it. And I was just trying to give an example of the turnaround. And the stock has done way more than what I expected over time. So interesting stuff there with this one. And the last one that I'm going to share with you guys is one that I told everyone to please not look from an emotional perspective. Let's look at the raw data. Let's focus in on the business model of this company. And is this a temporary pullback? And we want to watch it if it hits a bottom or it recovers. This could be the bottom, I said, and it certainly was. When we talked about it, it hit that bottom, and since then, it's came up from $44, around $45, all the way up to $58. This is like a $13 to $14 gain per share so far, and earnings is coming up, so that makes sense as well. We'll have to see how it reacts after earnings, but long-term potential is there, especially looking at the chart overall. When you look at the chart from the middle of last year to now, everything's multiplied literally by 2. So all the stocks that I talk about towards the end of the videos, I want you guys to dig a little deeper and dive in and check it out. I talk about it summarized. I can't go ahead and do the full thorough analysis because when I do full thorough analysis, it takes a little bit longer, but I do share them and I'm here to enlighten you guys. I hope you guys are learning from this and also enjoying and appreciating that part of the video for those of you that have been watching. And I want more investors to be on board so they don't miss out on this information. Now, I'm also here to enlighten you guys that I'm going to create a Patreon soon. And there you will know right away when I start analyzing these charts before even mentioning them on YouTube. You guys are going to go ahead and get first insights because I sometimes talk about these stocks a few days after because I'm looking for consolidation, or I'm looking for a little bit more of a pullback. I'm looking for more information on understanding what's going on and what's going to happen moving forward. So when I go ahead and find these through Patreon, you'll get a little bit of more head start, right? To do more research so that when I do mention them, it also confirms a little bit more that there is some potential here. Now, I'm not going ahead and guaranteeing it, but from me mentioning it through Patreon and you guys already knowing and getting a head start, that's going to give you guys the upper hand to being prepared. And you guys might even be prepared before I even mention it because it might take me more time to analyze it. But as soon as I start looking at them, you guys are going to know a few days or even weeks before I mention them. So definitely go ahead and stay tuned for that and share this with your friends and community. Hit the like button to let everyone know that you've watched this video and that you like this video, because those like buttons down there, they add up, and the more people like the video, the more people know that people are enjoying the content and find value at it. So it lets me know and it lets everyone know that this is a video worth watching, and it helps the video as well. And I would appreciate that from everyone that has been watching my videos and has found value in them. And if you're a first-time viewer, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to click on the bell. And thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.